Hi Vikings, I'm Terry,
And I'm Susan. Welcome to Vike Equip.
where we are equipping you, our students, to be successful in the classroom. Okay, so we've looked at some comprehension clues. Next, we need to look at author's clues. Many times the author will give you a clue in the paragraph or in the text as to what they mean. You can use that to determine and help build your vocabulary. So we're going to look at contextual clues, clues that come in the text, in the writing. So I have 3 examples here for you that we're going to look at. Sometimes the author will provide hints as to what a word means. Be sure to pay close attention to words that precede and follow the words in question. Okay, so let's pretend like we have not already looked at the word precede and we don't know what that means. Well, let's look at this clue that the author has given us. The author says, pay close attention to words that precede and follow the word in question. So if I know that I have this word in question and the author's told me to look at the word that follows it or comes after, then I can take a context clue that maybe precede means the words before the word in question. If the text is longer, pay attention to the sentence before and the sentence after the word in question. The adjacent sentences may contain a clue to help you determine the meaning. Well, okay, so let's say we don't know what the word adjacent means. Well, let's look at what the author has said in the previous sentence. Pay attention to the sentence before and the sentence after. So we know that that would mean the sentence is close to, or the sentences that are joining. So by that we can take a context clue that adjacent means close to or joining. So those sentences that are before and after the word in question. Okay, so again, context clues that the author gave us to have an understanding of the words precede and adjacent. Let's look at this next example. This is a word. Technology in the classroom is ubiquitous. Now, how many of us know the word ubiquitous? That's a pretty big word. But let's keep reading and see if the author gives us a clue. It is almost impossible to find a high school classroom that does not have a smart board and internet access. Okay, so when the author is telling us it's impossible to find one that doesn't have this type of technology, that would indicate to me that technology is everywhere. So ubiquitous would mean everywhere. Technology is in the classroom everywhere. It's almost impossible to find a high school classroom that does not have a smart board or internet access. So see, even though we did not know what ubiquitous means, we can take these context clues in the next sentence to figure that out. So that's something neat about building your vocabulary and knowing how to look for these little tricks. Let's look at this next one. This is from the book, The Great Gatsby. Great book. I recommend reading it. If you have not read it, read the book, then watch the movie. You'll like the book a lot better. So here's a sentence. A succulent hash arrived, and Mr. Wolfshine began to eat with ferocious delicacy. It's big words. Succulent hash, ferocious delicacy. Well, when you think about this, you think, ooh, what's a succulent hash? But when you look at what the author is saying, so we know that hash is food, right? And we know that he's eating, okay, because the author tells us he's eating. Ferocious delicacy. Well, ferocious to me, that means, ooh, he's just consuming it and devouring it. He's ferocious about it. But delicacy means something special. So to me, the clue from the author tells me that this is a delicacy. This is a rare food that he is truly enjoying. So remember to look for those author clues. Sometimes they'll be obvious, sometimes they'll be hidden, but they'll let you know what they're meaning throughout their writing in the sentences. Okay, there's one other video on author clues that you need to watch, and then we will move to the next section of vocabulary building.